Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, ImperialDane, the one, the only master propaganda hero, like defender of the fatherland, off here to a 2v2 on Belgorod. In the west, it is the ImperialDane himself fighting for the Wehrmacht German army, Deutschland, with Mechanized Assault. In the south, it is Dezman. Well, south of Dezman here, forming up the CoH2 Deutschland Panzer Grenadier Division. In the east, it is Skatist and Conti. Fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union, Comrade Stalin, and the 2nd Guards Mechanized Corps with Guard Motor, Terror Tactics, Shock Rifle, Guard Motor, and Soviet Industry. With lead army here featuring the 221, Emergency Repairs, Panzer Commander, Heat Shields, Sturmtigers, and me with Mechanized Assault featuring the Assault Grenadiers, the Mechanized Assault Groups, Stug 3Es, Light Artillery Barges, and Tiger Tanks. So we're off to the race, and as always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters, champions, and heroes, without which I would not be able to make this episode so many others. So big thanks to all those other people who join the heroic ranks by pledging on Patreon, or they can donate via PayPal. And finally, commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing, also helping out a bit there. So the south is Sturmpion moving forwards, Volkswagen there for Dezman, double console there for Skatist. Conti with a Conti's maximum start. And I'm here with a Grenadier MD42 start there, moving in there steadily so far. Sandbags up here. Season Northern Point Engineers. Got the Kuban racing forwards here for Dezman, encountering engineers there. Close here to the fuel point. First engagement in the centre. Shortcut the point, moving on centre there. Go full up in the assault grenadier squad here. I prefer going for mixed of assault grenadiers and grenadiers if I do go mechanized assault personally. I know some players like to go heavy on it, but I feel like that leaves you too vulnerable to, say, light vehicles. If you then say push for a scout car or universal care or whatever. So having grenadiers mixed in there just gives you a bit more flexibility. Anyways, up close machine to call off guard. We got both Skatist and Conti striking the machine gun. Definitely leaving me a bit of an awkward spot here. Dezman, though, at the same time, overwhelmed Skatist force on the south, which could open up for an easier push for this fuel point in the south, but of course means the allies in the north may just have an easier time getting to the fuel point in the north. Pioneers flanking in there, got assault grenadiers rushing forward with MP40s. They're Schmeissers. Pioneers in with the contra there, and the other squad being caught here as well. Another set of MP40s. That's going to force retreat of both Skatist and Conti. Quick Molotov toss there. Almost getting wiped in the contra squad, and in fact we got a maximum there, forcing me to disengage here. Of north extra point of being seized by the engineers in the south here. Dezman makes a push to the Kuban, gets hit by an anti-tank grenade. I think both Skatist and Conti have his only skates. They've gone for some fairly early grenade research there. Third or second grenade squad there for me in the southeast. Sturmpion dealing with the conscripts, pushing up with the assault grenadiers here. Pioneers not delving forwards here. Obviously need to figure out where his maximum is. In this case, though, Conti is already positioning. Troops reinforcing, preparing for the next push. So far, fairly active opening here between the two sides. Sandbags on the south here as we got Skaters moving forwards with his Frontovix. Catching the force here by the southern fuel point. Looks like Conti might be planning push on the fuel point. And we got grenade research roll here for Conti. Definitely a bit unusual, so opening with two conscripts and a maxim. The south here controlled by the Fulton Grenadiers. North here lining up for Grenadier squad, trying to flank. They got the maximum spotted, so in this case turns out this is the very wise path to take. At the same time, assault grenadiers with pioneers were possibly looking to flank from the south here, that way catching his forces from several angles, and also minimizing the chance of my entire force, of course, being caught by a maximum there. Go hit by a Molotov there. Assaulters have some heavy damage. Pioneers not supporting. Up north, grenadiers flanking the maxim. Assaulters have only to retreat before they get wiped out by Conti's forces. In the south is Skatist and Dezman continue to clash here as Skatist applies more pressure there. North of the maximum is rounding. He's about to be suppressed by them before too as well. In the south here, Pioneers still moving forwards. Also doing for ramming here for Conti. Meanwhile, I am tanking up. In the south here, a bit of skirmishing there. And we got another constant squad here for Conti and the Red Army. Pioneers running. Gunny's a bit too slow there to get into cover. And there you go, pushed out with the Molotov. I think it's going to have to retreat. The machine could move a bit further to support here. Tech done for me in the south here. Dezman's Kuban racing ahead here against the engineers and skaters. We've got a mortar here for Conti while we looks like he counts as conscript for the mortar to help deal with the machine gun. Mechanized assault groups here an option for me now, though I think with Conti they're being actively using anti-tank grenades, but also can't having gone for the Propagandacast company, meaning there's a good chance of field gun amongst other things. I am not so keen on going for the Mechanized Assault group, which is honestly fine, can be quite handy, particularly in 2v2 matches. So I won't be quite committing to that one yet here. approach retreat the Pioneers. Again, I'd like to make a nice company going. I could, of course, still go for the Mechanized Assault group. Maybe I will. I'm not sure. In the south, they conquer the point here. We got conquering force there. We got special rifle command for Skatist. That's an interesting choice to go for now, rather than say, you know, support company. Definitely slightly divergent Soviet build. In the south, the assault is pushing forwards there. Again, the near squad quickly routed. Again, looking to outmaneuver him here. We got the Max Mortar sitting up there. Troops beginning to attack from the north. Again, as you might notice, I'm attacking from different angles, using the terrain here to that way again. Make it difficult to like just have my attack stopped by a single Maxim. Thusly increasing the chance of my troops actually getting through there and doing some good damage. Motivated on their soldiers take several losses, but up north, Conti continue there. In the center, machine gun, they're dealing with the conscripts. South here, Dezman once more pushing against Skatist, who has once more reclaimed the fuel point for the Red Army. Like to make a nice company there. Going to continue the flank with more arriving here. Catch the Max and the Mortar in a pretty bad spot. We see a retreat here from Conti. Scout car for Skatist. Probably because he's up against the Orbach Command Vest, which can be weak to the scout car, but even then it is fairly odd to see him go for a build like this. Meanwhile, we got Conti with Shock Rifle using the KV-8, anti-tank and ambush tactics, Shock Troopers, which you just called in a squad off, Incendiary Artillery Barrages, and the IS-2 leaving just Skatist without a commander. Shock Troopers there could definitely be a bit of a problem for me, depending on how he makes use of them. In the south here, Dezman Scouts handle the fuel point there, adding some assault rifles. He's going for the Belgorod headquarters. And I'm going for a 251.5 to that in Mittlere Schützenpanzerwagen to mechanize my infantry. Scout car there, half health, but also half 80 veterans 1. Dezman shooting caught here in the center. We got Pioneers moving forwards up north here. Caught by the shock troopers. I quickly fall back there, as I've also no intention of having men turn into mincemeat. Meanwhile, we got a flank here by Conti through the center, getting into Dezman's rear lines. Those quickly forced to fall back. Troops from half rushing forwards here with assault guns and the machine gun in it, allowing me to quickly frame them to the front line. Telemines in the center here, briefly considered, but decides against it in the end. Rushing forwards here, since obviously with a half track I don't have to worry about the max when you just get close. Of course, the shock troopers are something I briefly forget about and I quickly back off anyways. But still, even there, as you can see, they causes Conti to slightly back off. Skatist has gone for gut motor with T-35s. More heavy mortars, Guards Rifle Infantry, Vehicle Crew Repair Training, and the Marked Vehicle ability. I'm going for a Panzer Grenadier Squad. South here, Panzer Shrek actually on the scout car there. Conti suppressed here by the MD-34 under Dezman's command, going for the car point here. Bit of a standoff north between me and Conti. Meanwhile, my Pioneers have been pushed off by the scout car. Panzer Squad there. In this case, going for a Panzer Shrek upgrade, as I do intend to get at least one more Panzer Grenadier Squad. But in this case, I intend to escape the Pack 40 zip line the Panzer Grenadiers with their Panzer Shreks, as I'm currently experimenting with how they work with my playstyle, which is a bit more aggressive and fluid, in which case I do tend to find the Pack 40 a bit clunky and at times awkward to use personally. So in this regard, using the Panzer Shreks again, while they do lack so much, I would say, that safety in a way of the Pack 40, at the same time they just offer more speed and aggression plus burst damage. And the scout complex up there for Skatist. And south here, Dezman launches another assault. Should be our punt quarters up there by the carve point already. Thumbs up to that. And again, lining up for an attack around here. We can see that this time around, the Conti, of course, is starting to lead our mines. I'm starting to make this a bit choppy, so I should be bringing minesweepers on us at this point. But, you know, that's my mistake. We also got flares here from Conti. While being utilized, thumbs up to that. Of course, giving himself some intelligence on my movements. And he's moving ahead here, scouting for the rest of the force there, which is gonna... Yeah, I did spot one of the mines there, so you can see there I'm starting to back off, realizing, hang on, if there's one mine, there may be more mines. So I'm starting to slow down there. Panzerjäger remain in reserve here. I'm not going to commit those to a fight, unless, you know, I have a reason to it. Don't want, like, you know, me to just throw them in and get them murdered. Part because I don't know where the enemy light tanks are. In the south here, though, Dezman and Skatist continue to clash here. The fight for the fuel there continues back and forth here. A steady wave after wave maneuver. And there goes second Panzer Grenadier Squad for me. As expected, pushing up to 5 infantry squads. Obviously, one of them is an anti-tank team, but even then, with 2 assault rifles, they can still do some damage. So again, they're a bit more flexible than the Pack 40 as well in that sense. Obviously, more expensive, but kind of get a bit more out of it in terms of, shall we say, a package deal. Rushing with a half-track here, basically instead of attacking into Conti, I'm going to flank into Skatist, assist Dezman here. Put some pressure on them as he probably doesn't expect a mechanized assault to appear out of nowhere, and there we go. Good damage down there. In fact, looks like the half-time may do the job. There you go. Panzerjägers finish off the scout car there with a Panzerschreck, die Raketen, Panzerbüchse. Got a flank with the conscript guard, but still could open up here for Dezman. Rifle grenade off in the guards and conscripts there. Doesn't do too much. Half-track backing off. Assault goes wants to rush in here. Conscript in there. Up north, the assault goes for the fuel point here. Panzer squad moving forwards. A lot of action now. Grenade off in the Panzerjägers need to retreat them. Assault is pushing back. Actually, Panzerzerstörer, I believe, was actually the title of infantry meant for to tank duties with Panzerschrecks. Fun fact. More troops running for Conti, of course, looking to assist his teammate up north of Pantel is rout the conscripts, but not before they get routed themselves. So things getting a bit more fluid here in the south. We got Dezman once more rushing forwards here. Light infantry gun following up here for Dezman and Deutschland in the south. The MD towards the guardsmen. No Soviet tech. In fact, we got the support company for Skatist. Interesting. Mines here from Conti. Obviously looking to further slow down any advance by me. And obviously should be adding minesweepers to my pioneers, honestly, at this point. Moving on to the next tier. Shock tools flanking up behind the Fultz Grenadiers. Fultz, they've been caught by the shock troops out in the open. And there you go. Tank could be tank commander for Skatist. That said, 11 minutes and he's probably off just going for the Mechanized Armor Company. And similarly, Conti should probably be taken up soon as well. Grab us on the fuel point here. We got 459, so 394 so far. The Germans are lead again, lining up for a push up north. Of course, I need minesweepers to really make that work. Got more Panzer Grenadier arriving here and Panzerzerstörer. And there you go. Tech done. Build the support core. Half tech is good to go. Got minesweepers up, by the way. No, they just won't be joining in fun. You can see here though, Skatist lining up for a nice flank here for the south. Thumbs up. Actually, really good flank path here on Belgorod, which a lot of players tend not to use. But you can see the Skatist is one of the few players who's definitely figured that one out. It's going to launch a significant flank assault here against Dezman's positions, which are very much geared towards a frontal assault for the most part, though catching is part of the flank. But even there's 3 squads that get past the machine guns net, if you will. You know, up north here, I'm launching a 2-pronged assault, but again, mines here for Conti obviously proved to be quite helpful, and I have to back off the assault. Again, I should have brought in minesweepers there, and I'm still waiting to build the support core there, so that was obviously not well done there by me at all. And certainly again a textbook case as to why mines are good. They're definitely a pain in the ass for me. Anyways, in the south here though, Dezman being overwhelmed here again. Skatist assault there continues to go off fairly well there. Dezman just wasn't ready for that kind of flank assault there. Support company are finding out for me. Nothing for both players in terms of arm. In fact, we've got Conti there floating quite a bit. Like you consider calling another infantry squad, to be honest here. I think just operating with 3 infantry squads versus an opponent with 5 squads is perhaps a bit ambitious. More fun than MD42 here, steady moving forwards there. In the south here, Dezman ferociously defends the southern fuel point there for Soviet incursions. And there you go, smoke here on the MD42 position. Molotov following up there, but we got the Panzer Grenadier and Panzerzerstörer moving in. Pioneers has got to pop into the half track and go for a Panther 4 or Stug. Well, Stug. I could also go for the Osman bonus when you got Mechanized Assault. You kind of want to go for the Stuggies, I feel personally. Going to the Maximir, trying to back off. In the south, you can see that Dezman's been routed back to his base. Moving up with another force there. Panther on the way there. Thumbs up. More mortar fire there causing me troubles. Moving up north to link up the half again, lining up the southern force once more. Conti back to, I think, laying down mines here to catch up any of my assaults there, perhaps? No, doesn't look like it. But there you go, racing with half this time with pioneers in it. This time does look like Conti is not followed up with more mines, allowing my assault to go, I think, through much more successfully. Completely surprising. Imagine Conti that you was not expecting to like follow up with a mechanized assault like that. And again, highlights, you know, the power of well executed mechanized assault. Trying to follow up the half tech here. The assault gets for some reason, as you notice there, just stop up and don't follow the rest of the unit. Bit of an issue there. Half vehicle pathing, infantry pathing can create these sort of weird distortions. And it's also like a problem for the units like the assault guns that have such short range, like they get split up for whatever reason. It really cuts down the efficiency. So the field gun narrowly gets away with that. But even then, despite that, I'm still able to overwhelm here. Conti north, seize the point here with limited losses. So again, half techs in the right hands can be good. Panther 4 for me, just in case. As again, I've seen no light armor, so I'm obviously expecting something a bit more medium from them. Grenades off here, so it's continuing to advance here. Skatist rushes ahead, but he's taking heavy losses. He does have a field gun, and he's laying down a lot of mines in the south. Obviously worried about a mine flank here from Dezman, though Dezman's not for himself to be so far a massive flanker. Laying down telemines of my own. After they've actually two. Could lay down some mines for that one as well, to be honest. Slightly repositioned. I was a bit concerned about the mortar. Hiding out the Panzerjägers. Flares here, though, from Conti. Very consistent use of that ability, by the way. Very consistent. Makes it hard for me to, like, you know, hide units easily, like just behind a bit of sight blocker there. Panther is ready. More telemines here. Half-Tech takes a good hit from the field gun. Needs to get away from that. Southern point is secured by the troops under Dezman. Again, mechanized armor company for both Dezman and Skatist. They're definitely fuel-wise, they're definitely looking a bit rough, and I feel like in some ways they may want to reconsider the tactics just a bit. Also, Conti is floating an incredible amount of manpower. You should just be floating fuel caches at least to call in more troops. I definitely don't think floating 1,000 manpower here is particularly advisable. Going in the Panther 4, shot bounces though, that's lucky there for Dezman. Panther moving ahead here. I mean, there's a potential that Conti already now is planning to stall for the IS-2, but even then floating like 1,100 manpower now is definitely pushing it a bit too far, particularly when, like, you know, he doesn't have like great control of the fuel points or the rest of the map. Following up with the Stuggy here to provide some more mobile artillery support there for the infantry, plus smoke support. K1, oh, KV8 active for Conti, plus a field gun. Okay, no more big manpower float, that's good. But the interesting choice there is the KV8 for sure. I mean, it can be good as the infantry and support weapons, but obviously it's a bit lacking versus the armor. Conti laying down some artillery fire here. Bit of fair fire, we got the shock troops hiding out there. Southeast, Skatist wants one trouble with Dezman and the Red Army. Nothing out there of his mechanized armor company. I imagine we're looking at a T-35 there from him. We got 406 for 360. Dezman trying to get his hand on the third field gun, but Skatist is putting a stop to that. He's trying to. Got field gun ambushed up as well there. I mean, at this point, I don't really have much of an interest in pushing further ahead. They could. Also, he's building a munitions cache. A bit of figured fuel again, but oh well. Because again, like, you know, it's going to be closer to space, but also there's just, you know, not really much to be gained otherwise in that sense. Like, they're off just moving to assist Dezman, and he doesn't look like he needs assisting. So I'd rather just, you know, get my things in order up here and maybe, you know, wait for him to attack and then push into that properly. Water center there. Skate's being caught there as well, and there we go. KV8 flamethrower tank up for Conti. One of the many flamethrower tanks that's so operated. They would later switch to one based off the T-34-76. That's a little fun fact there. The Germans obviously operated a variety of flamethrower equipment and tanks, including the Flampanzer II Flamingo. That was a neat design. And they've got guarded tank for the machine gun. They're definitely moving in the cave as well here. Catching Dezman, starting a bit by surprise here. We've got the Panther Robin at the field and could get wiped out here. Nice move by Conti, assisting up north, actually making a push in the NT. I'm actually a bit surprised I did that, but deciding to make a push anyway. Still allowing opponents around too long, I guess, which is definitely, I suppose, also sensible. Count the mortar here. Conti control, Panther 4, Panzerjägers, Panzer coming forward here. Shocks have been caught there. Panther 4 charting for the Conti, murdering them. Panzer arriving, Stuggy arriving. Forcing here Conti to commit the KV-80, and thus relieving pressure off my teammate. In the end, Shocks was in trouble there. Field gun bombarding. Punish remains at the half track, using them again to sweep for mine, or spot for mines, effectively. Got a T-35 there for Conti. Or Skaters, I mean, Conti's machines getting hammered with the Stuggy. Keep rushing forwards into the Panther 4. Got the Panzerjägers make themselves their Panther 6. Field gun moving in here in the south. Skaters, I mean. Grabs the point here from Dezman once more. There's definitely a bit of resource there. Looks like he might be planning a Sturmtiger, perhaps. Yup, Sturmtiger. KV taking a lot of damage from Panther fast, and crucially, of course, the Panther Rex. Die Rakete and Panzerbüchse using the Stuggy to bombard the field gun. Almost got the KV-8 here, but the KV-8 is actually burning through my Panzerjägers, Panzerzerstörer. So faster than they can deal with it, and the Panther 4 can't really stick around too long with the field gun at half health. Conti's down to replace inflosses plus Armour infantry. Thumbs up to that, though. Pardoning things another shock to the squad wouldn't good for him. And there's still the mortar that could be grabbing and turning against him as well. Mine spotted too. But yeah, Pioneers can spot from start the half track. Following up with the Stug G to help deal with the KV-8 and a potential alarm. At this point, I'm fairly aware that Conti has gone for a shock rifle, so potentially may go for an IS-2 down the road. Good hit there. Dimitri caught in the treads. Help, comrades! After Bowie's ace level. And now I got myself a mortar. A Granatenwerfer. Manned by the assault grenadiers. But it looks like... Friedrich, I think you forgot something. Ah, scheiße, not again. Now I have to go all the way back there. Do you think she'll just hand over quietly? Sturmtiger shatters the fence and the scrolls hiding in the treetop nearby but harms no Soviets. That's great there. Got the Stug 3D ready, troop reinforcing. Setting up for the next big push for Deutschland. Sturmtiger there reloading. After it's less than a successful assault, there goes Shock in the center here, opening them through there. And calling another Stugi for more self-propelled artillery support, which means up to 2 Stugis and the mortar, meaning I actually have a lot of smoke too I can deploy if I need to. Sturmtiger's ready to fire here. Shock was quickly retreating as they realised they could be in the Sturmtiger's line of fire. And Conti, of course, very wisely concluding that's a really bad place for his infantry to be. Another mortar here for Conti. Sturmgeschütze. Panzer 4. Could fill up the half course with some Panzer Grenadiers and Panzerzerstörer, but they're busy elsewhere. Straight to the Stugi and the Panzer 4. Bit of damage inflicted. Sturmtiger trying to catch that T-35 again. The South here, Skatist once moving ahead. He's still no fuel cache from the Surts. I'm still a bit surprised at Conti going for munitions cache rather than fuel here. Just Drag Unleashed, I think, active on me in the south to assist. Dezman here versus Skatist. In the end, though, he dodges it. And Dezman's actually taking further heavy losses here from Skatist as he makes about the successful assault. South we got the cabling up. P2 firing back. Grenadiers on the watch. After there with assault grenadiers and the Panzerzerstörer inside, or Panzerjägers, which does flow a bit off the tongue better. Need to cover Armour and Telemines, by the way, that could easily backfire. He has spotted the Telemine, but doesn't seem to do anything about it. In the south here, meanwhile, Skatist assault continues. And in fact, I'm rushing down to some of my armor to assist Dezman in the south here, while of course ensuring I have enough forces to maintain control of the north in case Conti pushes in. But Dezman's definitely losing ground here fast and could be in trouble here with the T-35 and the field guns. So there you go, flanking with the Panther on the Stug. Moving in the half-track, keeping the Stug G and E in the north to assist my troops there. So again, by using a faster mechanized force, you can quickly now push back Skatist and then rush them up rapidly to the north here, while the assault guns with support there hold off Conti northeast, trying to hold off here. So definitely numerous maneuvers here, rushing with the half-track here as well. Panther 4 Stugi continues the pursuit here. Popping out the Panzerjägers here to engage the T-35 there with Raketen and Panzerbuchse. One hits, another misses. That's enough here to put some pressure, I think, on Skatist, allowing Dezman to move forwards. In the centre here we got Panzers with the conscripts. Up north here, the line continues to be held a bit awkwardly by me, as again I'm trying to manage two, well, effectively like 3 different fields of battle here. Constantly retreating right past the German troops here under my command, and north here moving forwards there. Could get the Stu provide some smoke cover there if need be. We got 400 fleets on 69, keep it moving southwards. And back into the half-track, got Conti's KV moving southwards. Another artillery barrage by me, this time up here. And again, note the smoke here. Stugi, by the way, you can see there has incredible range with smoke barrage, by the way. Plus, it's actually fairly fast compared to mortars. You can actually, like, pretty quick lay down a smoke screen wherever it almost wanted it to be. Rushing north, Tissel, pushing up, backed up the Stugi and the Panther, catching Conti's forces here in the return maneuver there. Bringing some of the assault grenadiers, but even they got some kills in. The half-track could just reinforce them. Half-track taking hits over from the nearby field gun. Constantly multi out in the open. T-35 flanking in here, damaging the Stugi. Half-track goes up in flames due to the field gun, costing me a otherwise excellent tool here, as you have hopefully by now have seen them quick replaced with another 251. Stugi and the advancing conscript moving in there. Stugi moving up, trying to get to safety. And there you go, Panzerjägers landing several punching hits there on the KB8. Quickly tanked through itself here. Stugi arriving as well there, almost got in. There you go, Panzerjägers finish off the KB8. The Stugi claims the honours of it. Now the assault grenadiers will need to replace the one that got lost there. Unit wiped up the Sturmtiger. Heavy losses there going on still on both sides. We got 384s, 166, advancing north of Victor on the center here. We got the Panther pushing back the T-35. Another T-35 there for Skatist, that's definitely important. And Conti seems to be slowing towards the IS-2 heavy tank here. Got mortar fine man, mortar from the Armtress trying to deal with engineers. My armors need repairs. We got a mechanized repair regiment up here. A mechanized regiment with repair pioneers up there for Dezman. South here, Dezman, Skatist, they continue to clash here. Skatist, second T-35 arrives. U-42 push back engineers. Shock was advancing there, 5 kills for T2. More engineers here for Conti. Thumbs up to that. And we got the Panther 4 pursuing Skatist tanks into his base there. That's a bit ambitious. Certainly a bit risky as well. Need to fix up the Stugi, which has received Veteran 2 and Schützen. I don't think any Model E Stugs would have had armoured side skirts. That was something they haven't really done with the Stug 3G. Panzer 6 went straight to the Maxim. MG4 Bar seems to be enforced. Got the half rush in there again. About to unload a lot of assault troops into the midst here of Conti's lines. Field being cleared out, armor following up here as well. Stugi and Stugi bombarding. Grenades being chucked into the masses here of Conti's infantry, causing heavy losses almost right on the counterport there as well. Engineers bleeding. Half to though exploded again. Lost sight of it there. Bit of a shame there. T-35 rushing in there. Rather chaotic battle here is developing as my assault is being met with fierce resistance and counterattacks I was not expecting. Moving in the rest of my armor like I can. We got the other T-35 moving in. KB8 is of course dead. Conti's double target from the IS-2 and the T-35 is going from the Stu-G. Bit of a messy situation. The Stu-G can't assist. The other T-35's arrived here, definitely catching me in a really bad position. Heat shell here keeps off one of the T-35. It does cost me the Panzer 4 here. Forced to abandon up north here as Conti keeps up the pursuit here. Troops reinforcing. As for Dezman, lots of repairs he also needed, and I believe I may also have lost my pioneers, so that actually means even though I have a lot significantly, sized armored force here, I need pioneers to fix it. Otherwise, it's not really going to mean much. Meaning I'm basically just down to 4 infantry squads at the moment, 2 panzer companies, an assault company, and the grenadier squad, which is still a fair amount of troops, honestly. Guys being murdered out in the open. And going for the pioneers, very much as needed. Got orbs on there for Dezman, thumbs up. All 3 to control the surge now. To close the gap between the German army and the Red Army. And Conti continues moving towards the IS-2 heavy tank here steadily. Panther gaining Veteran 3, filtering forward. Stormtaker shoots, and there we go. Bit of a whiff there, bit of a whiff. Up north, they're shooting forwards and cover smoke here from a mortar, the Granadenwerfer. Thumbs up to that. Definitely should lay down more smoke doing some of those previous attacks, by the way. Definitely missed by me. Both of the Stugis and the mortar. It's not like I lack smoke to deploy doing some of these attacks, so you know. Definitely could have done better there myself. Thumbs down to me. Panzer's advancing there. Baldeladnung, I think I just retreat them there. Panzer machine moving forward there, but it was a mistake by me. Wasn't paying attention and moved the machine way too close to the front line there. Panzer squad back, they get wiped out. Does gain the A-slow, and the shock troops do take quite a beating, but ultimately it does mean I can't really control the center very well. Then a very vulnerable to counterattack here from Conti. As you can see, that I'm trying to rush in to use the Stugis to maybe prevent them from happening anyways. Of course, backed up with the mortar. South here, Skatist moving forward again. The 2 T-35s is quite a sizable force, particularly since Dezman really only has like, you know, a Panther 4, a field gun like Kevin to stop, and they can actually absorb quite a few hits there. Also, very further crucially, they're not really in one place at the moment, whereas the T-35s are, so it's, you know, much easier for Skatist to break through Dezman's lines, and I think Dezman might actually be stalling for a King Tiger now here, which is certainly a bit risky. But not impossibly so. Stugis and Stug moving forwards here. Troops getting ready, and I'm actually trying for tier 4 here. Sometimes I get this weird idea, I want to, like, you know, check for myself, is the Tiger tank really bad? So I'm actually going for the Tiger tank, despite me repeatedly pointing out it's not that great. And again, I'm just, you know, sometimes I have to check with myself, is it actually that bad? Well, watch and find out. IS-2 moving forward here, for Conti. Should have the pinlock machine gun there as soon as possible. Skatist can soon go for another T-35, which is definitely a big problem for Dezman, who is definitely not equipped for taking on 3 of them. Smoke being deployed here, is lining up for another assault. We got the IS-2 rushing it instead. South here, Panthers with the conscripts. Ace level versus Veteran C2 now. Assuming forwards. Could hit the mine. And straight into the telemine there. Great opportunity for Stu. Stu bombards. Panzer coming up as well there. Both hits. They're almost taking out their Conti's IS-2 almost immediately. Really just highlighting the power of telemines. And obviously, Panzer Shreks and Stugs rushing in there for it. Panzerjägers are being mauled. They're taking too much fire. The smoke has already lifted. Almost got it. Stu moving in. Shot bounces. Panzer IV arriving here. Shot bounces again. North Fever Bomb. There we got troops flanking, but they're hitting a mine instead. It's a rather chaotic mess, and there we go. Conti's IS-2 goes up in flames. Meanwhile, Sturmtiger moving in there. Conti's forces north are in utter disarray. Assault grenades here on the Maxim and the field gun, causing further losses here for the Surges. Incendiary artillery unleashes my troops. Sturmtiger obliterates most of what Conti's got left. Apparently, he's also... Yeah, there's a shock trooper squad manning a gun there, but he is rather crashed there. Next to nothing left. It's basically down to Skatist to try and turn the tide now. And he's just charging in there. Sweeping right through Dezman's southern flank, which is incredibly weak there. Catching the Panther 4, knocking it out there. Stuk rushing in there, but I'm definitely rushing in too far to insufficient support. And again, I don't have the Panzerjägers, which are those meant to like support with this. Stuk G knocked out as well here. Skatist is single-handedly turned the tide here by the looks of it, but he's getting both of his tanks knocked out here. Possibly. Trying to take out the Sturmtiger. He's already lost one there. He may just be able to. But up north here, Stugi heavily damaged. About to get knocked out. Another Stugi on the way for me. Definitely have to leave the Tiger. Another T-35 there for Skatist. MD-42 push back the conscripts. Mortar keeps flying away there. Santa Pani is routed. And the other T-35 that also got knocked out. So yeah, Skatist definitely, I think, helped a lot there. But kind of undercut himself, I think, by committing too hard there in the end. But he's quickly bringing another T-35. As for what Conti's doing, I have no idea. Troops setting out once more. Smoke being deployed there just in case. Just in case. Just moving forwards here. Another Panther 4 very much to fix up the Sturmtiger. Definitely delaying whatever plans he might have had there with the King Tiger anyway. Sometime kept to go for the Stug 3G. Honestly, at this point, if he just committed like get a more medium armor, probably just crush Conti entirely. But again, partly I'm not entirely sure how much he's got left. But again, you know, I'm playing for the Tiger tank, so you know. Again, highlights a bit the weakness of the Tiger tank. Again, you're going for it, you might cause you to miss on teams like these, like perhaps, you know, close through a match faster. Sort of strength to the maximum here, though. Shock was catching the Conti, forcing away there. We got 11 kills here. Surprised Conti hasn't gone for more shock. I mean, they've so far been quite effective on this map. South meanwhile, Skatist there pushing aside Dezman's forces. The Sturmtiger that's good to go once more, 20 kills. Panzer IV ready there, full squad almost wiped out here under Dezman's command, and there you go, down they go. Dezman's infantry is definitely a bit bled out there, whereas I still have 4 squads. I could do with another half track, though, again, setting up for that Tiger tank. We got 254 on the 56. Troops reinforcing here. Shock's about to get run over. The Shugli's attempted to be run over. The South meanwhile Skates continue successive attacks here on Dezman's lines. Dezman definitely striking here with Skatist assaults. Fills himself, shoots, bounces off the Sturmtiger's thick sloped frontal armor. Film gets good in the T-35 there. Skatist needs to disengage. He can't afford to lose the tank here. Him going in a sneaky bit here, but he needs to treat those conscripts as well. Orbson's on the way there for Dezman. T-35 needs to be really, really careful. Feel like he's getting into another engagement. Then lost the squad there as well here to Dezman. Mine goes off on the opposite side. Narrowly avoids damaging in there for Skatist's own tank though. At which point that would have been GG there for I think Skatist and Conti, since that would have been the T-35's end, leaving both Skatist and Conti then very weak. Smoke being deployed for another assault here. More field guns for Skatist. And Conti continues to slow advance there towards the IS-2. And meanwhile, I'm lining up for another flank here. At this point, Conti seems to not laying down any more mines, but he has at least dug in somewhat in depth here with the Maxim and mortar there. He's definitely starting to sense my pattern here, and obviously, I should be changing it out a bit further. At least go for more half-tech to maintain, but again, going for the Tiger tank. In the south here, Panther 4 there, and Sturmtiger dealing with the field gun there, leaving Skates a bit short. He's going for another Maxim. Alright, still he's playing some cover. Got the troops being caught with the Maxim. Panzer gun is almost wiped out. Panzer is falling back. Stugi bombarding. And the assault unit sees on the point. We got 219 on 51. Met with fierce violence in the south here. Meanwhile, Skatist and Dezman continues their clashes. Now the maximum almost done there for Skatist. He can also then go for another T-35, and Conti continues his path towards the IS-2. At least I'm close to the Tiger tank. Kinda. On the advancing shock troop. There go bun grenades with almost right near Conti's ace shock troop squad. That's going to be a huge blow for losing them. A massive, staggering blow. And no, well, Yuri survives. The rest are dead, but the squad in a sense survives through him. Now the T-35 there for Skatist. Dezman now also starting for the King Tiger here. Probably could coordinate it better as both of us and trying to solve for the heavy tank, honestly, but that's another story. Mortar at the ready. Troops reinforcing. Grenadiers, Panzer Grenadiers moving forwards there. Tiger tank right around the corner. More smoke being deployed. The soldiers moving forward. It's not fully enforced, but at least I have upgraded with the veteran squad leader. Failed to do that with the previous squad. And there you go, finally at the 32nd minute mark, calls in that Tiger tank here. This particular skin featuring with Zimmerit coating. Now the field gun wiped out there under Skatist command. Troops moving back. They got 17 kills. We got the Tiger tank moving forwards. Conti meanwhile fairly close to the IS-2 himself. Well, his second one. Now, haven't they done any telemines? I can't just rely on, catching up on that one, unfortunately. Ace Panzer, they're tearing through the country with the Sturmgewehrs. You got 219 on 22. Got those Ace Shocks was advancing at 13 kills. Tiger tank south with the infantry. Flanked there by the field gun because for some reason took a path that definitely exposed to the field guns there. Machine getting the ace level. And there you go, Tiger shoots. Doesn't really do anything there though. South here we got Skatist once more striking at Dezman's front line. Even the infantry lead the way here. Scout ahead. Meanwhile, the assault guns remain reserved position for now. Mortar to get their front line there. Going to unleash on the infantry to try and mess with my advance. Ace Panzer is actually one with the conscripts. In just 2 assault rifles at ace level, they can actually deal with a non-veteran conscript squad fairly decently. Which is not saying something you'd expect. Holy shit! Almost rolled out my Panzer squad there with a single mortar. Nothing dropped though. Very fortunate. There you go. Somehow the entire squad survives. That is incredibly lucky for me. Except of course the fact that he almost got wiped with the mortar. Can't just really make good use of these mortars, to be honest. There you go, lining up for another push here. Stu-G and Tiger tank win. Actually going for some pioneers, which again I lost my pioneers there. Mortar being engaged for the Stu-G, assaulting forwards. Conti's second IS-2 is about to arrive here. Mortar wiped out there. And we got the shock troops charging in there. We got assault guns being deployed there. At the advancing shock troops, Tiger tank grenades. Oh, miss. Stu-G firing there. Deploying smoke, by the way, to try and silence the field to prevent it from assisting here. Sent here Dezman up against the advancing Soch and a Skatist. And his T-35 looks like he lost another one, by the way. Field creeping forward for Conti to cover the smoke, going in to try and destroy the mortar. Deny it here to Conti. We got 219 as 990 to go destroy. We need to get the Stu-G out of focus for the field guns. We got here Conti's second IS-2. In the center there, Skate is ready to see the center. Victory point on the south, maximaling up here. One engineers there for Skatist. Might want to pull back that mortar just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. Still keeping hold back for repairs. Troops reinforcing, preparing for the next big push for Deutschland. T from England, then caught by the pan for the Sturmtiger. IS-2 there remaining ready to strike as well there. Like a socialist sledgehammer. Got the Stu-G running, coming far there against the enemy infantry advancing on this northern victory point in the centre. Skatist strikes with the Red Army. For Stalin. And we got Skatist actually with T-34-76s now. He's not even going for T-35. Meanwhile, Tiger, mortar, Stu-G fire, shattering Conti's infantry in the centre there. mercilessly ripping them apart. Their Panzers make as well, the IS-2 they're moving in. Can't score them right by the Stugi, which is not ace level. And the ace level Stugi is actually like quite good versus infantry, to be honest. Quite good. 78 Dezman, 4 strength field, got 37 kills, and veteran in the Sturmtiger. He's actually using the Verteidigungswaffe there. To help deal with infantry. Got engineers on the way there for Conti. Troops moving forward, their big push for Deutschland in the north here. Troops advancing, you should probably deploy some smoke from the Stugi first, but oh well. It's kind of working out, but could have worked out better, I think. Got a bit too reckless. There goes Stugi. Can immediately, of course, as you see, they deploy smoke to meet threats there, so it kind of works out there. Thing cleared out there. Tiger tank, Panzerjägers advancing against the IS-2. Troops been caught in the fire. See assault gunners need to retreat. The Panzerjägers continue the fight, though, as they have the strength, the fortitude, the willpower. IS-2, they're down to half of the shots bouncing. Technically, even the Panzerjägers doing, but in reality, they wouldn't have in the actual war. They could, like, penetrate pretty much any tank. But there you go. Caught off guard here as Dezman is on to respond here. The T-Foes charging in. They're going for my Tiger tank, which has just not really done much. And is about to lose. Yeah, get knocked by the T-45s there. Managed to salvage all my infantry, but yeah, Tiger's down, and I'm not going to bother with the second one. In the end, it just didn't feel worth it. It just did, like, it cost twice as much as a Panda 4, but you're not getting like twice as much value out of it compared to a Panzer 4. Like, it's just not 2 Panzer 4's value in a Tiger tank effectively. Like, sometimes I challenge myself just to run because occasionally, who knows, maybe I'll turn up everyone. So far though, no. Party's being hammered, the shock was wiped out. We got the IS-2 at the ready here, but that one really just shrugged off a lot of shots compared to the previous one. A lot of reinforcement here. Stug on the way. We got 183 was 87 here. Panzerschreck drop there. But that was worth noting is Dezman's Panzerschreck, not mine. At least my Panzerjägers have yet to drop one. Stug G ready. T-34-6 for Conti, going for some medium armor himself finally. Assault guns like the next push. Stu G moving in to assist the others. So we got Skatist force moving forwards there. Sneaking in some Panzers trying to get to the southern victory point. Deploying smoke again there with the Stu E. Again, just more or less instantaneous and really long range. South they caught by the maximum due to those Panzer Grenadiers, at which point we'll start formulating a plan to call in a Mechanized Assault group to clear it out. Now the White Pin Skatist, in the centre there pushed back, got the IS-2 with incoming fire. And we got T-34-6 running for both Soviet players, really starting to bulk up the numbers. More to the east level there for me. IS-2 then engaging the Assault Grenadiers with its 122mm gun. They had at one point considered a 100mm gun with much better anti-tank capabilities, but in the end they preferred a 122mm gun which worked better, like, busting through German lines and fortifications. And there you go, got another armored flank here from Skatist. No T-45 left, it's all T-34-6, it just relies more on raw firepower. And numbers. Stugi pushing back the T-34-6s. Skatist a bit more cautious now. In the centre, Guards advances, runs the line of the Sturmtiger. Oh, got him, Himmel! And there we go, full what? 51 kills, Veteran 4. It's actually pretty rare to see a Sturmtiger get that far here. Certainly shows how absolutely far this match has been. There you go, T-34 catching Dezman troops in the centre. He's actually floating a lot of resources. He's clearly going for the King Tiger, but he's got too many units for some time, and I think he can't go for it now. Onto this point, he might be just going for Panthers, Yak Panthers, rather than going for that King Tiger. I'm not entirely sure why he's not going for it now, though. Like, he clearly has the resources, clearly has the population, he's got everything else he needs. Like, why he isn't going for it is something I'm not entirely clear on. As I don't think he is limited due to the Sturmtiger. I think they removed that one. Might have come up. And the grenade assault in the last two shock troopers. Also 9 them there. Sinatilla unleashed against me. T-34-6 falling back. South side is seeing next in action. I mean, he's just focused more towards the centre to create a more defensive position here. We got 134-87. T-54 from force there. Rockets there, shattering half the counter there. 54 kills, halfway to the ace level there for Dezman. Halfway. And there we go, Mechanized Assault Group plus a Panzer Squad lining up for deep flank here. Wiping the max from the south, charging force there. Putting me back to 5 squads moving up. By the way, the player with the most infantry right now, like most have basically like 3 squads or 4, because Dezman got a full 5. So that's going to, by the looks of it, be very short-lived. We've got both T-34s from 6 under Skatist command rushing in here, which is going to cost me a half tech alongside the mine. So that's obviously a flaw in my plan they should have considered probably, but failed to do so. Might even lose the Panzer Squad here, and the Maxim, meaning I'm going to lose more. Yeah, mine wiped out the Panzer Squad there, so that was the entire fight. 490 man-pound, 20 fuel just straight down the toilet, unfortunately. Unless the Maxim gets his way back, and it doesn't. Still, it drew away Skatist's attention from the centre, so it wasn't supposed to complete loss. Meanwhile, the centre got a push forward here by me. Panzerjägers, or Panzerschützer, Stugs being forward here, but there you go. Routed there by heavy fire from the Soviets. Other Stug movement has to fall back. Their shot bounced off the IS-2's armour. Devon caught in an awkward spot, and for some reason the pathing messes up here, I think. Making it hard for the Stug to get out of there safely. Almost lost there, in fact. Got mines on him. For some reason, they're going to move forwards there. More pioneers from to help repair my armour. You got 120,081 in the south here. He's repairing up his armour there. Dezman still flooding a ton of resources. I can feel like at this point he's better off just going for anything else rather than King Tiger. Feels like he's just slowing himself down, obsessing over it. But of course, either not going for it or being unable to go for it. Whatever the case, shout out. Not good. Smoke being deployed here. South here all of a sudden caught by the T-54s from 6s, slicing right through them. Sturmtiger is very, very close to the ace level. Sturmpioneer probably should have treated, to be honest. And moving in the near ace Sturmtiger towards the south there. There you go. Assault squad almost wiped out here. A brutal shot there by Conti's IS-2 and the shock troops with a nasty grenade there. Southern point that's completely wide open again. Katusha there for Conti. And there we go, now Verteidigungswaffe there, unleashing several fragmentation rounds in the conscripts up north here. Slow approach here by Conti against me. Panzer is going to retreat now. Mortar still flying away at 15 kills ace level. Stugs need repairs. Panzerjägers moving forward here with their Panzer Shreks. Katusha almost done for Conti. Skatist. I'm not sure what he's planning. He's got no guardsmen left, no heavy mortars called in ever. No calling more tanks, he's just putting resources, or maybe he's not entirely sure what he wants to do, but there you go. So rockets there take off a fat chunk of the IS-2's heavy armour there. Those quickly disengaged there. Fiat got to deploy smoke, but also didn't have enough troops to really push through with there. And there you go, finally, despite getting the Sturmtiger, finally calls in the King Tiger. The question is just, what took him so long? Because again, it's clearly not the Sturmtiger that prevented him from calling it in. Like, I'm not entirely sure why it took Dezman so long. Mortaling up here. We got 98 versus 81 here. Grabbing the southern points. There's finally against Skatist to basically just concede the south here. King Tiger Sturmtiger moving ahead here. So close to the ace on that Sturmtiger. Which again is really rare. I think that field is about to get met with a very large rocket. There we go. Ace level Sturmtiger, ladies and gentlemen. Up north, pushing forward into cover smoke here from the Stugi. Panzer Grenadiers, Assault Grenadiers, Panzerjägers Grenadiers to the right forward. Got rockets fired. Those straight into the mix. My infantry definitely bunching up too tightly here. With the 50 minutes of the game, them definitely starting to feel a bit exhausted. So, you know, slight issues like that cropping up as well. We're moving up the Stugs here in a slightly different angle. Push forward to the Panzerjägers, the Stugs bombarding the IS-2. Their rockets punching through there, actually filling a bit there. Films opening up the Stugs from another angle. Panzerjägers falling back there. T-54 are knocked out as Conti forgot to repair the line. The Stugs is just completely wiping a volley there. And Conti's forces are once more being decimated here as he sort of fails to pierce through. In the center there, another push force by Skatist in the south. They claim the point, and they just brought in another T-35 now. Up north, the 76 continuing forward. It looks like they're trying to flank into my flank there. Again, hoping to, like, you know, bypass Dezman. The definite time seems a bit sluggish there. Stooks turning around here. This could also not push for Conti there from the north. Yup. Almost got the T-5 force and 6 T-5 trying to get away there. Stooks, G's bombarding. Sturmtiger hits my Stuke. Stunning it. God im Himmel, what is he doing? Ramming the Sturmtiger. Damaging the engine. Stuke's falling back here. Trip reinforcing. Honestly, may want to consider a half-track here. Saying not another targeting. Skatist now has next to nothing left. A few conscripts and engineers in the T-35. Conti, meanwhile, has got a mix of armor and infantry support weapons, and I've got a healthy chunk of infantry and a bit of armor there. Dezman similarly there as well. We got 72 versus 80. The Soviets actually ahead of 9 victory points. Stugi reaching repairs. Stugi awaiting. Infantry forwards. Again, lining up for a flank from the north here. As again, despite that one time with the mines, it's proven to be fairly successful. And again, smoke being deployed here again to cover up the assault, but also to slightly, you know, keep him focused on the center line. The northern flank to be more successful because again, he thinks from the smoke it's going to happen there with the main push there. So again, you can also use smoke not just to cover your assaults, but also to like create diversions and, you know, draw your opponent's attention. Bit like a magician, if that magician spoke German and was, you know, kicking in your door. Assault about to get wiped out here, though. Panzer's moving forward, got a rocket strike down there, also retreating them just in case. Stuke's moving forwards. We got 52 versus 80 in the center. Ground the center point. The units being obliterated in the south here. Another fight here between Skatist and Dezman happening up in the north there. I am slightly falling back here, not wishing to commit and cost the entire match potentially. Another Stuke out there. I still would benefit a lot from a half track, I think. More to reposition northwards again, and 19 kills. Almost wiping out the shock troopers finally, but once more it looks like they do get away here. We got 33. No, actually finally wiped Conti's shock trooper squad. Imagine what could have done with 2 maybe. Just been caught in a sea of fire there. Stu G lining up the heat shell, getting a shot there through the IS-2's heavy armor. T-Fed forces some trouble there. Stu G moving in with its own heat shells. Can't quite get it off there. Got this T-34 from 6 more Stugies arriving against the IS-2, which is now with the damage engine close to T2. Rushing forwards the Stugi as well here. Trying for another heat shell here. Stugi stuck on the victory point. There you go. Prevent the IS-2 from repeating or returning fire. King taking hit it. 68 kills on the Sturmtiger. Stugi bombarding the field gun. Almost wiping out the Stugi charging forward with the heat shell. Shot bounces? No, it doesn't. But gets knocked up. Anti-tank grenades. Conti's forces are heavily damaged here. Barely existent. I got most of my troops back at base as the Stooks go to try and finish off the bloody IS-2, which has really absorbed a lot of punishment at this point. 52 versus 43, moving in the Stuke E, but yeah. IS-2 knocks out the Stuke G. Heat shell there, though, blinds it as well, but can't finish it off. Going for another Stuke G. Troops heading out here from the base. Center held there by a few. Fulton is under Dezman's command. The south remains under Skatist's control. And he's about to get wiped out here. 37 kills on that Stuki. I mean, that has been incredible value on an assault gun, I'd say. Incredible value. One of the longest living units alongside those 2 Panzer Grenadier escorts and the mortar. Being flanked up with the T-35. Moving in there from the northern position. We've got the Sturmtiger moving in. The ace. Troops being forward here. Panzer Grenadiers assault is holding off the third assault and Conti's formation there. Stugi with 39 kills. Panzer squad almost wiped out. IS-2 still being fixed up here. We got 52 versus 24. Conti and Skatist keep fighting here, and the T-35's knocked out. Might lose down there. Go ramming the Panzer IV. No, it actually managed to knock it out. Knocked it out before connecting fire. Get finished. You did land into it. 52 versus 20. IS-2 moving forwards again. troops getting to position northeast Dukes. Panzer Grenadiers or Panzerjägers, Pioneers rushing in as well there. In the south here, the Tiefler about get knocked out here. Sturmtiger with 74 kills. Holy smokes. Didn't quite land his shot then. The center Eisturming force in the Stu G. Panzerjägers bring force for their Raketen Panzerbüchser. Another hit from the Stu G there. Pioneers keeping pace. The Stu G. Assaulters up north here as well there. Again, spreading out to each other against the press. We got the Katyusha there. Field gun manned by shock troopers. The Stuks are charging in. The Panzergrenadiers bring Forbets. Bun grenade on the Soviet anti-tank position. Manned by the shock troopers. Wiping nothing really. The Stugi bombarding. Didn't quite succeed in taking out the Stugi with heavy damage as well there. And it goes down. The Stugi finally expires. 52 versus 7. Pioneers contain the consequences of the point. Assaulters moving in. The south here. Skatist men are being obliterated by the King's Eye and the Sturmpier. In the south, finally having breached the Skatist line, you can seize the southern victory point as well there. IS-2 racing ahead here. Stugi gets a heat shell through the turret. Stuns the crew. Almost got it there. Almost. And right before the IS-2 can finish off, the match ends. There you go. GG, game over. A hell of a bloody match here on Belgorod with a lot of maneuver warfare from me. At times, with half-tracks and mechanized. In fact, you've got a full doctrinal bingo, by the way. Tigers, artillery, assault guns, mechanized assault group, and assault guns all used in a match. So I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell a friend, tell a family, but don't tell enemies. And of course, consider donating or pledging on Patreon. This is ImperialDane. Cheers. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.